He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice takes out Trey Clifton. Right. Right back to Jackie. On the ball. Flicks it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later.
In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver.
And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. Going, caught and robbed from Sam Thomas. He'll throw over to first and double him up.
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice takes out Trey Clifton. Right. Right back to Jackie. On the ball. Flicks it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later. And he might have just missed it. Caught and robbed from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. Zach Hall, what a play!
Oh, and moonshot.
Oh, he robbed it! What a catch! What a catch! Bears coming home. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's advancing home. I don't know if I like it. Oh! Down. He got him. Oh my God! He crossed the plate before he was there.
In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver.
And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. Going, caught and robbed from Sam Thomas. He'll throw over to first and double him up.
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice tags out Trey Cluxton right. Right back to Jackie. Ball with the ball. Flips it over to first and still get Alex Hardy.
Cross, get out, ball later.
And he might have just missed it. Caught and run from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. That caught, what a play!
Oh, and moonshot. Oh, he robbed it. What a catch. What a catch.
Bears coming home. And he gets it. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's amazing at home. I don't know if I like it. Oh! Down. He got him. Oh my God! He crossed the plate before he was there. Going, caught and robbed from Sam Thomas. He'll throw over to first and double him up.
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Oh! Philip Rosenbark's walk off the season.
No!
Cross, get out, ball later.
And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. That ball's in play. Goes back, keep the game. Back at Thomas Playhouse makes the grab.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out.
I like it. That ball is absolutely tattooed. And what a roll! What a roll from Keaton.
Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil.
Under cover of clouds here in the Pacific Northwest, week 7 of the AWA season gets ready to get underway as the top team in the league. The Northern Nighthawks look to build on last week's sweep. I'm Trevor Butler, that's Neil Pape, and we've got a good one for you to open up the late stages of the season. But we're going to switch things up a little bit. And before we do anything, we're going to take a look at our starting lineups. First, for the first place Northern Nighthawks.
Jack Playhouse, University of Washington.
Drew Gradwell, Blue Mountain State University. Go Goats.
Philip Rosenbacher, Meadowdale High School.
Chance Justice, ITT Tech.
Philip Thomas, Meadowdale Middle School.
And for the 5th place team in the league, the Atlantic Aces.
Aaron Schofield, Washington State University.
Moses Valadez, Go Wave.
Morgan Granich, Northwest Guatemalan High School.
Dylan Carroll, Little Man, Big Dreams.
Jace Pratt, Jackson High School.
Now here's Molly with Morgan Granich for a little pregame chat.
Thanks, Trevor. Yeah, what's up, ballers? Happy Monday, live from the sideline in Edmonds. Today, I have Aces star Morgan Granich here for our pregame interview. Morgan, tonight's matchup's a little tough. The Nighthawks are in top of the league right now. What's the key to stay competitive tonight?
I would say the key to staying competitive is definitely just being fearless in the zone. defensively and just making the routine plays. And then offensively, just grinding out ABs and being a tough out and just trying to win each pitch and live pitch to pitch.
So I heard from Tommy Tickets ahead of the game tonight that Drew Gradwell has been carrying this Nighthawks defense. How will you get the best of him on the mound tonight?
I would say just not guessing, just understanding and categorizing, like, okay, what is he throwing, and then putting ourselves in a good position in terms of counts and just trying to be aggressive early and hitting pitches that are hittable, you know.
All right, thanks, Morgan. Wishing you and the Aces best of luck tonight, and we'll send things back up to Trevor and the Neil in the booth to get started.
Thank you, Molly. That was Morgan Granich, who's looking to make a big impact. The Aces were without him last week, so we'll see what he can do for an 8-10 Aces team looking to try to climb the standings. It's busy at the top, but the Nighthawks have themselves quite a solid lead with 9 games to play in this season, and you can only assume that's going to continue growing with a guy like Drew Gradwell on the hill.
Yeah, I think it's especially pivotal that the Nighthawks are able to secure the 3-0 sweep against the second-place team in the Metropolitan Mojo in their matchup last week. Although the Aces have struggled throughout this year and even the latter half of last year, I think even though they took a loss to the Cyclones in their last outing, in that Game 3 they were able to come back, get that game win, in what seemed to me as a little bit of a return to form. I think in that game, Jace Pratt seemed to massively come back in terms of form, and if some of the other Aces are able to return to that 2024 form where they're able to win the league, I think this could be a very competitive game.
And Moses Valdez on the hill for the Aces, at least for the first 2 games of this series. He's been great. He was fantastic last year. If he can spin it today the way he did for much of last season, we're set for a fantastic pitching matchup between really potentially the 2 best arms in this league. And like we said, Drew Gradwell, he has just been otherworldly this season. I was told earlier that since April, he has allowed only 3 runs. And it's end of June now. We're almost into July. So really, it's been the Drew Gradwell show on the hill. We joked in the pregame that with the Cy Young Award looming, it's really his to lose at this point. He comes in with a 1.38 ERA. As we get ready to get things going here in Game 1 of this 3-game series, Gradwell on the hill, Schofield at the dish. And we are underway. First pitch just missing a little high, and that's how we get things going here in Game 1. Gradwell working on Schofield, who pushes it foul the other way.
Yeah, we heard from Morgan Granich in the opening interview that the Aces, their key here against Drew Gradwell seems to just be patience, not guessing what pitch he's going to throw, just taking it slow, trying to win each at-bat. That ball's going to go low, ball 2, 2-1 now.
Schofield comes in, hitting .359 on the year as he taps it foul. Count moves to 2-2. .359 average, 7 homers in 79 plate appearances for leadoff man today, and he'll be playing second. The 2-2. Missed outside. So we'll see what the Aces can do in terms of, like you said, being patient, trying to work counts. The payoff. Drops in at 60, froze him for strike 3. Can't be too patient.
And that is the danger of Drew Gradwell. He's able to get to full count there with 2 fouls on both the strikes. Playing basically as patient as you could be, but just 1 ball slips past him at 60, and it's already first out on the board.
So Morgan Granich will step in, hitting .263 on the season, 60 plate appearances, 5 homers, 10 hits for Granich, who takes a strike to open things up here. If you notice, Nighthawks back in the purple today. I don't see that very often. Really, the only team that's got themselves the opportunity to wear an alternate jersey. 1-1, half swing held off.
They're returning to the purple, the color they were able to bring home 2 championships in, trying to bring some of that energy to this matchup.
That'll miss up high. Granich jumps ahead 3-1. Talked to Jack Playhouse before the game. He said it was a easy choice because of the color clash as the 3-1 drops in.
That is another very good point. I believe alternate kit is white. It would make it somewhat difficult to tell the players apart.
Only the second time this year they've gone with the full purple. Pay off again. Rip center field and off the top of the wall. Phillips will make the play on a bounce. Greenwich holds up at first with a, as you just heard, a long one-out single. Morgan Greenwich gets things going for the Aces here in game one.
Did have me for a second. I believed just very momentarily that was going over, but just clips the top of the wall there. Falls down, able to be retrieved by Philip Thomas, but Greenwich is able to get on with a single. Jace Pratt will now step in.
That's Moses.
Never mind.
So Moses Valdez will step into the 3-hole, swinging a .239 stick on the year. One on, one gone, top of the first here in game one. Drew Gradwall back to work as he drops in a strike at 59 to open up against Valdez. Yeah, not only the second time this year the Nighthawks have gone full purple. Haven't necessarily had a ton of success in that full purple outfit this year, as that's ripped right side off the base of the wall. Greenwich is going to turn and go to third, and that's where he's going to slam on the brakes.
Doesn't seem to be too windy out, but that ball had some weird movement. Flies more toward the center, and at the last moment takes a dip to the right, falling behind where Philip Grossenbacher's playing. Has him turn around, try to run to it. Gives Morgan Greenwich a lot of time to make that run over to third. Jace Pratt will now have his time in the box.
And the weather isn't bad per se, as that's chopped foul to open up Pratt, but it's certainly not the weather we've seen over the last few weeks. You know, this is more expected of, you know, the first couple weeks of the season when you're still in, you know, middle of April here in the Pacific Northwest. 0-2 to Pratt, chopped foul. Pretty heavy cloud cover. Not a lot of rain necessarily, but there's been some wind. It was blowing in earlier, so that could really play a factor. 0-2 misses inside. And, you know, more so with a wiffle ball than a baseball or a softball, those grooves, those holes in the wiffle ball can really be affected by a strong gust or two. So that's something to look out for in terms of, you know, the attempt to drive the ball, the attempt to try and hit it out. 63 degrees here in the Pacific Northwest today, about 20 degrees cooler than we've seen. 2-2, cut on and missed, 60 flat, and Pratt is down swinging for the second out. Now we're told 63 degrees with 13-mile-an-hour gusts, which is, I mean, certainly enough to knock down a wiffle ball and really cause some issues. So we'll see if the Aces lean into the small ball opportunity, try to keep things on the ground, and hustle up these first-place Nighthawks. 2 away for Dylan Carroll. Carroll hitting 167 on the season. Watches a ball here. It'll be Thomas Blayhouse and Gradwall due up in the bottom of the first for the Nighthawks. 2-0 inside at 59, but cut on for a strike. When blowing in slightly right to left, 2-1. Just catches the low outside corner, and Gradwall's a strike away from getting out of the inning. The rock and deal. Chased it at 59, down swinging, and a trifecta of first inning punch-outs for Drew Gradwall. We go to the bottom of the first. Nighthawks looking to get on the board.
Hey, you guys got Jace on the bump? I got you on the bump, but I'll change it. Yeah, thanks.
Well, it's same as last week. I guess pitching change. Yeah. They lying to me. What? Someone's waiting on the ball?
So rather unexpected. We thought it was going to be Moses Valdez starting game one, but the Aces are going with Jace Pratt, so we'll see if they're attempting to pitch this series backwards. Pratt, the typical Game 3 starter for the Atlantic Aces.
On the other side, Nighthawks, as you were mentioning earlier about the Aces maybe wanting to go for a lot of short ball, I think the Nighthawks is one of the things that they excel at, and I think has been something that their offense has succeeded on throughout the years, especially with players like Philip Grossenbacher and Playhouse, is really going for those just consistent hits. If they're taking a walk, just getting on first, getting bases loaded, and then hammering in the runs with aggressive base running, trying to take as much as they can on the running side. We'll see if that's able to benefit here from the weather.
It's gonna be the key. Just gotta be smart here if you're both teams, really. As Pratt gets set to go to work against Philip Thomas. First pitch on the way, and it's waved on at 58. Pratt sports a 4.74 ERA on the season, as that'll miss low and outside. Again, the typical Game 3 starters throw 19 flat innings in this 2026 campaign. This is 1-1, misses high. Thomas in his typical leadoff spot for the Nighthawks. Pushes it foul the other way. It's 2-2. 440 hitter on the season. 22 hits in 50 at-bats. The 2-2. Missed high. Had to kind of squat out of the way. That'll load the count. Now the payoff to the leadoff. Chopped foul off the phone. Hello. If you're watching this on TikTok, I promise you're safe. It's all good.
It's a full 3D interactive experience.
Yeah, exactly. Get your 3D goggles. We try again, the 3-2. Popped up right side. Underneath it is Carroll. And the battle goes to Pratt for the first out. And that's the issue, you know, on a warmer day, a ball like that has a chance to, you know, sneak out into that 90-foot right field corner, but just gets a little extra air under it, gets knocked down, and, you know, all it is a quick out. So Jack Playhouse will step in now. 500 hitter on the year as he taps the first pitch foul.
Somehow I feel like no matter how many at-bats Jack takes, he stays right around that 500 batting average. I've been constant throughout the year. One of those players I pointed to, and it's just consistent on base. Now look at a strike there, though. Already down 0-2.
So we'll see if he can stay consistent here. As he watches strike three, all sorts of break on that one. Completely frozen for a quick second out.
And I feel like just so often I get that commentator curse. Whenever I mention something about a player, always seems to go in the opposite way.
The old broadcaster jinx. It's a classic. It really is. You know, you always find yourself walking into it.
It's really unfortunate, but ball's going to go high here for Drew Gradwell's first pitch.
So for as good as Gradwell has been on the hill, he's been about as good at the plate. Hitting north of 400 at 433. 8 round trippers on the season. And he's ahead 2-0 here. As he smacks that one fair down the right field line. It was bobbled by Carroll. Peculiar play there. It was on the line. It was a clear and dry fair ball.
Touching the line at any point, that's a fair ball. And then it comes back fair.
And we're taking a look at the replay here. Would have been a completely clean out.
I will over-enthusiastically argue anyone, so. Hey, stop laughing, take what you just dealt with, and put it out on the pitch down. I'm here to have fun. Lock it in. You know what, look at this. This is our job. They all walk off.
So the call is just going to stand. He was safe, and you know, part of that comes with him essentially forfeiting the base by walking off. So that's how the first inning ends.
A real interesting one. Always seems to be quite a few odd rules when we're up here, or rule examinations, if it were.
There's always something.
Yeah.
Always something. Back to it now in the top of the second. Back to the top of the lineup for the Aces. Aaron Schofield 0 for 1 with a strikeout as he fouls back to first pitch. And that'll just miss downstairs. Up at 62. 1-1 from Gradwall. Waved on and missed at 60. That was a healthy cut right there from Schofield. Sent him out of the box. 1-2. Chopped foul. Takes it off that ankle. That never feels good. Pair of hits in the first inning for the Aces. Put some traffic aboard. Gradwall able to navigate it, though, as that was waved on and missed, but 61.
Radar's his best friend.
Schofield's staying alive. Gradwall's 1-2. Chopped foul again. And that is going to be the key, as we've said, for the Aces, just to stay alive.
I bet you hit the pipe.
This, of course, the first game of week 7, so only a few weeks to go. And for a team like the Aces, the opportunity to stack wins is really going to be big time. Fighting to stay out of that 7-8 playoff as the 1-2 misses up and out.
Watch this one.
More ball games you can win, the more to the good you get. That one's grounded back to Gradwall. Tried to use his foot to stop it. Aggressive play over at first, and Grossenbacher's able to get there. Schofield also didn't step on the safety bag, so either way, he would have been out, but a fantastic play from Philip Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, just rockets it over to first, and also great fielding from Philip Grossenbacher to be able to keep a hand on that. I feel like we've seen quite a few teams go for a fast play like that, and the ball just slips out of the first baseman's hand, but he's able to hold on to it and secure that out.
Always tough with those really smoked grounders, and that Gradwall went for the foot stop, couldn't do it. One down now as Granich watches a strike. He's 1 for 1. Slapped that 1-out single a frame ago. That'll miss inside. One in at 61. One tapped foul. So Greenwich behind 1-2, manning the hot corner today for the Aces as he smacks it foul, and he'll stay alive. One, two again. Cut on and missed at 59. Drew Gradwall keeps on punching tickets, and there's 2 down. Lights out. He tries to keep this game scoreless here in game 1. On a surprisingly cloudy day, Aces looking to try and strike first.
Yeah, I mean, in a game that's already so low scoring, just a single home run is already worth quite a bit. That will be at 61, no pitch. Seen a couple of those so far this inning, but Gradwell's been able to pursue.
That time he certainly went, had him all twisted up at 59.
Bullshit. Doesn't be unbiased umpire. No, hell no.
That's some foul language coming from the dugout.
Last week and he's saying, oh, he didn't go. Had a good angle. I don't give a shit.
Now the 0-1. Missed inside.
What's the count? Gotta let him. 1-1.
Gradwall working on Valdez. 1-1 misses downstairs. 42nd pitch of this first game for Drew Gradwall, who faced some trouble in the first inning but has worked his way around it. That's a no pitch at 61.
Yeah, I think for how many no pitches we've seen with the speed check, all of them have been at 61. Just shows basically how precise Drew Gradwall is still.
Tries again with a 2-1, misses inside to Valdez. Valdez hitting 255 on the year as he takes a strike. 12 hits in 47 plate appearances. The payoff, chopped foul. And another one of those guys, Valdez, who can get it done at the plate and on the hill. We try again, the 3-2, and same result. Valdez stays alive. Quite a battle going on here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Still scoreless here in game 1. The payoff. Missed down and in. Valdez wins the 8-pitch fight and gets something going for the Aces here in the top of the second. A 2-out free pass.
Yeah, Pratt now will have a chance to help himself out in the box. He's able to hold the Nighthawks to not even being able to get a player on base. On the defensive side now, taking the offensive as Moses Valdez already waiting on first. Punch out here will bring home 2 runs, which will make quite the difference in this already low-scoring game. But I believe the Aces be fine with just an on base as well.
Well, that was interesting. That pitch came in at 81.
My instincts would say that that was not 81 based on the sound, but
I think we're just gonna. I don't know how quick that was. I'm gonna assume it was under, but
radar don't lie. How about we do no pitch? Radar don't lie.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go no pitch.
No pitch is gonna be a decision there. A little mystery from our radar gun.
Fantastic pitch, but you know, we can't in good faith say that that was at or above 60. So that's in for strike 1, and we'll say that's the first pitch of the at-bat. Not exactly sure what happened there.
No.
Now the 0-1. Chopped foul.
But we trust in our systems. They would never be wrong.
No, of course.
We only deal in the highest certainty here at the AWA.
Technology never lies.
Exactly.
0-2 misses down and in, and Pratt will get one back. Stays alive. Now the 1-2. Again, slapped foul down the left field line. Continues to stay alive, does Jace Pratt. 5th pitch of the at-bat on the way. 1-2, upstairs. And after Valdez worked along at bat, Pratt trying to do the same, the 2-2. Ripped out to center field, but Thomas is there. Hauls it in on a line, and the 2-out walk is erased. Head to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here in game 1.
I think I made a change. I'm kind of getting annoyed with it now. I like an eagle with Huh? I like an eagle with That's what I'm doing. I was literally. We doing original. I don't think that was hard. Or I was going to do All Along in the Watchtower by Jimmy Hendrix. There's a couple. You could do Fortunate Son by Credence.
Back here for the bottom of the second, 4-5-1 due up for the Nighthawks. Chance Justice to lead us off. Made his first pitching appearance of the season last time out for the Nighthawks, where he threw 1 inning, not 5 runs. Swings a .333 stick on the year. 4 homers and 12 hits. He's picked up a hit in a third of his at-bats, and a third of those hits have been homers. There's some quick math for y'all. As he leaves the ball downstairs to open things up. Here in the bottom of the second, pulls that one left side. Looked like it was over the bag. We'll have to take a look.
There goes the perfect game.
Looks like a fair ball, and he'll be in safely at first. Calling the field is gonna be fair. And it sure is a fair ball, just snuck inside that left field line. Fantastic piece of hitting from Chance Justice.
Yeah, the ground over there a little bit bumpy might have contributed to that, but does just get over it. Rosenbacher will swing at a first pitch of 58, bring him to 0-1.
Just a nice placement on that leadoff single as Grossenbacher falls behind, 0-2 now. 0-2. Oh my goodness, that is unbelievable. Froze him. A pitch that started behind his head came all the way back in for a looking strikeout. 1-on-1 gone now for Philip Thomas, who smacks that one foul. Bottom of the second. It'll be 5-1-2. Due up in the top of the third for the Aces. Carroll, Schofield, Greenwich set to go to work. Now the 1-1. Popped up right side. Carroll goes over, straddles the line, and makes the play for the second out. Similar result to the first at bat we saw out of Thomas, where he just popped it up to Carroll, and it's just the nature of the weather. It's going to hold it up there a little longer and then knock it down on you.
Yeah, the balls just go up there, lose all their momentum, basically drop right into the hands of Dylan Carroll. Didn't even have to move that much. It's just right behind that first bag. Chance Justice one were made at first. Jack Playhouse will now step in.
Playhouse watches the first pitch at 57, and Pratt really putting on a show on the hill right now. 0-1 miss up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. After the leadoff single, that'll miss inside the Playhouse. Justice looking to work around that leadoff base hit, as that was a knuckler right there. Little Matt Waldron pitch. Now the 3-1 to Playhouse. Pulled left side, Greenwich extends and steps on the bag at second, got on his horse, won the foot race against Justice, and we stay scoreless into the third we go.
I'll take that one.
Thought I got it clear. It was my hand. I just found it pretty hard. I was throwing it so hard on this. There we go. Good. Find a way, kid.
Top of the third on tap here in game 1. Dylan Carroll to lead us off 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout, as he leaves the ball in the dirt here to open things up. Top of this third inning, still scoreless. Both teams trying to scratch something across. That's going to go off Gradwell's shin. Throw to first, not in time. It ran up the line. We'll take a look. He went for the beanball instead of making the throw. Went off that right shin. So we'll call him safe as Schofield takes a ball to open things up.
And once again, no errors in our technology. It's fully working all the time.
All sorts of fun stuff today. Schofield takes ball 2. Gradwell facing the top of the order as he drops in a strike there on the inside corner. Really painting the black right there. Now the 2-1. Grounded foul to the backstop, and we're even 2-2. So just as it was in the bottom of the second, leadoff single gets the Aces going here in the top of the third. We'll see if Gradwell can work around it as Pratt did half an inning ago. Schofield chases 60 flat and goes down swinging. Had to take a look at the radar, and he really reached for that one. Quickly 1 down.
Yeah, Schofield, I feel like, hasn't really been able to find his footing in this game so far. It's 3 strikeouts now in a row. Not able to find anything, which I feel like is kind of uncharacteristic of this player, who's normally quite explosive and one of the more consistent players on the Aces.
That's already the 5th strikeout of the contest for Gradwell, as he goes to work on Morgan Greenwich, who pops one up left side. Playhouse goes over and makes the play in foul territory. 1 pitch and a quick second out. So Valdez steps in, 2 down here in the top of the third. Carroll sits on first. Valdez has been aboard both times he's come to the plate today as he watches a ball here. Singled in the first, walked in the second, did Moses Valdez, as he takes a strike on the high outside corner. It's 1-1. It'll be Gradwall, Justice, Grossenbacher, 2 up in the bottom of the 3rd. And we'll see if they've got a chance to win it. 2-1, popped up center field. Thomas goes over and makes the grab. So just like Pratt in the bottom of the 2nd, Gradwall works around the leadoff single. And we head to the last of the 3rd. Nighthawks just need a run to try and win it.
Well, the inning before, I put one of those 64 in play. That's what I'm saying. But it's like, if you were out, it's not just like, oh, whatever works out best for you. Well, that was like an interesting one where I would have been like, yeah, let's redo it. But I'm like, yeah, it was the second time Zane's hitting and threw as a potential perfect game. No.
Back to it here in the bottom of the 3rd. Pratt facing Gradwall. And a run can win it for the Nighthawks here in game 1. It's certainly shaping up to be a day where scoring is at a premium as Gradwall taps it foul.
I think that just speaks to the quality of our pitchers we've had so far.
1-1 misses outside. Yeah, between the pitchers, between the weather, you know, a lot of things really coming together for a very high-level pitching day, a very low-scoring afternoon.
Yeah, I think if you think back to that last ball hit by Moses Valdez, really got up there, but didn't quite have the velocity. It's going to be a swinging strike for strike 2 to get over that back fence.
Too. Now the 2-2 missed inside. And to your point, with the events in the top of the 3rd, most certainly it's today where the weather is really playing a factor. Payoff in at 58, it froze him. Strike 3 looking, and there's one away for Chance Justice. Dialed up 58 and just plunked it in that bottom half of the zone. And Pratt himself putting together a good day. Really, if you think about it, he's got an argument for having out-pitched Drew Gradwall. 3 strikeouts, only 1 hit, no walks. He's down on only 32 pitches as well.
Yeah, I believe actually came into this 3rd inning with almost half as many pitches thrown as Drew Gradwall. But both pitchers able to maintain the full shutout, 0 runs on both sides.
Justice takes the ball here. This game 1 of this 3-game series between the 1st place Nighthawks and 5th place Aces. 1-1 to Justice, ground ball left side. Granich makes the play on a couple hops, underhand flip. In time, Justice did not step on the safety bag, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So 2 down for Philip Grossenbacher, the bottom of the order. And now is where things begin to get interesting. Because if we go to the 4th, if we go to an extra inning, you start having to make pitching decisions. Because, of course, you can only have a pitcher throw 6 innings in any given series. So if for some reason we get stuck in a marathon here, you know, what do you do if you're the Nighthawks? Grossenbacher takes the ball here.
I think on the side of the Aces, we were talking at the top of the show how good Moses Valdez has been historically. But Jace Pratt able to come out here and really make a showing. Both pitchers for the Aces have been quite remarkable. I think longer game might actually benefit them.
1-1 to Grossenbacher, popped up. Pratt is there, and he makes the play. So now we get into some uncharted territory. Here in this 1st game, we're going to extras with no score on the board.
Done the best of shit. Couldn't tell. You good, Drew? Yeah.
Top of the fourth on the way. Extras here in game one as Gradwall goes to work against Pratt. And gets him to swing through 57 to open this up. Runs very clearly at a premium in this scoreless contest. And, you know, this game going to extras could really throw a wrench into the plans of the Nighthawks for the overall series, as now they're having to use Gradwall for longer. We'll see if he hits that 6-inning cap as 2-1 to Pratt is in for a strike.
And they really struggled to find that backup pitcher. I think Philip Thomas has historically filled that role, but I think when he's not feeling it, they kind of flip between all three of the other players, I believe, on the roster, giving them all chances over the last 2 outings in that backup slot.
Here's 2-2. Popped foul. So Pratt working the count. Already 6 pitches in this at bat. We try again 2-2. That'll miss downstairs. Gradwall rapidly approaching 75 pitches here in this first game. Now the payoff. Pushed right side and gone off the foul pole. Jace Pratt leaves the yard and gives the Aces a 1-0 advantage.
Yeah, we can look at that replay, but I believe it definitely was on the left side of the line, which we have drawn. Even though the pole is wider, the far right side of the pole would be the outline. I believe it hit the pole itself. Gonna try to find a replay here.
It's Jack's home run from a few years ago. Off me like that.
So we're looking for the replay here.
We'll have it in just a
Looked
second.
like it was off the foul pole.
See the ball flying there in the top right of your screens? I believe it makes contact there off the tree and the pole. So we are going to call a homer, and that's going to be the first run of this whole game coming in for the Atlantic Aces, done by Jace Pratt. Able to leave the Nighthawks at 0 and secure one for themselves on the offensive side. Quite the performance here out of Pratt, like I was saying at the top. Really a resurgence for him, especially coming out of that last game against the Cyclones. Really making a late stage candidacy for that MVP. First pitch at 58 though from Drew Gradwall against Dylan Carroll will be a strike down the middle.
And it's right on cue where we talked at the top of the show about how shut down Gradwall has been over the last few weeks. Only 3 runs allowed since April. As Carroll pushes this one the other way. Blayhouse with a one-handed snag. Throw to first, not in time, and it got away from Grossenbacher.
Yeah, looking at that play, it was such a great grab from Jack Blayhouse, but Grossenbacher isn't quite able to secure it. I think flashback to that earlier play where Thomas makes a quick grab and fast throw over to Grossenbacher where he is able to make it. Shows quite how remarkable that play was.
And for strike on Schofield, 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts and a ground out is Aaron Schofield. Still nobody out in the top of this fourth. The Aces, the first ones to really heat up on offense as Schofield grounds this one over toward Blayhouse. There's a foot race at second, bang bang play. It looked like it went to Carroll. Call on the field is safe.
Yeah, beats him there.
Indeed, he was in there.
Great call there to go for the slide. Not something you see too often, but Carroll's able to make it in there. It's been quite a change of pace now, coming off the home run. I believe 2 hits in a row, first and second now. Schofield being able to make it on base for the first time so far this series as well. Granich now going to step in. Is able to make it all the way to third in the top of the first. 61 will be the first pitch. Which will be a no pitch.
So now Gradwall really needing to work around some no-out traffic as that'll miss inside on Granich. 1 for 3 with his single. It's the 2-hole hitter. As he swings through 59 here. A ton of bat speed on that one. Heard that one back here. 1-0 Aces your score. No outs, top of the fourth. First inning of extras here in game 1. It was Jace Pratt who's been shut down on the hill for the Aces in game 1, who just went backside, pushed it off that right field foul pole. So that'll miss downstairs on Granich. It's 3-1. Runners on first and second, nobody down. Greenwich with a chance to load the bases. 3-1 on the way. Popped up high, hanging pop-up into foul territory, and Playhouse makes the play for the second out. Carroll thought about tagging and heading for third, but he wisely holds off. And there's one away.
I think another symptom there of the weather, ball just gets caught up in the air for way too long. Gives Playhouse the opportunity just to shuffle over there into the foul line, make the grab. Gives the Nighthawks their first out so far in this top of the fourth. Down 1 run, runners on first and second, able to avoid loading the bases there into Valdez, who has been the most consistent player for the Aces offensively so far.
Yeah, certainly a big first out there. We'll see if Gradwall can keep trying to climb out of this trouble. Over to Playhouse, and he's just going to get the force out at third of Carroll. Tag applied. Bit of a funky play right there. So 2 down now as it's runners on first and second. Looked a lot like Javi Baez and Nolan Arenado in the wild card game back in 2018 where he gave him a hug in extras out at Wrigley. As Pratt takes the ball to open things up here. Ground ball left side, right to Playhouse again, and again he applies the tag for the third out. So the leadoff homer gets the Aces off the deck. The Nighthawks with work to do in the bottom of the fourth. They need a run to send this to more extras and 2 to walk it off. We head to the bottom of the fourth. 1, 2, 3 due up for the Nighthawks. Thomas, Playhouse, and Gradwall. Philip Thomas, a pair of long fly balls down the right field line. We'll see if he can finally sneak one out here. He's kept Dylan Carroll busy over there at first. Nighthawks need a run to continue this ball game, a pair to try and walk it off as Thomas takes the ball here. Game 1 of this 3-game series. First place Nighthawks trying to build on their lead. Grounder into no man's land. Pratt's throw to first, an excellent pick. A big league pick over there at first from Dylan Carroll. And a fantastic play for that first out.
Yeah, I mean, just gets him there by almost by a step, yeah.
Yeah, that's big time right there from Dylan Carroll. Took it on a bounce, and it was a tough play, both for Greenwich and Pratt. Had to communicate on a ball that was really hitting in no man's land as Playhouse takes the ball upstairs.
Yeah, and Carroll really seeming to be able to use his agility, gets the slide in there in the top of the fourth, and also has like 2 very large step outs to grab 2 balls, secure 2 outs on the first base. Gonna drift a little bit over towards center field now into Playhouse, who's gonna foul it off for strike 1.
Really trying to push it the other way is Playhouse, who leaves that one inside.
I think Playhouse, though, on the defensive side, benefited from a lot of the balls going over to that left field. A lot of them came right to him, even though the Aces were able to get quite a few hits. All kind of went over to him, was able to just tag out the lead runner on second. Count's not going to be 3-1.
That'll miss outside, so Playhouse takes a 5-pitch walk. Now the tying run is aboard here in the bottom of the fourth for Drew Gradwall. He's thrown 87 pitches on the hill. Only the 1 run allowed on 7 hits, 5 strikeouts. Now he's got a chance to try and hand himself the Game 1 win.
Yeah, Pratt was able to do it when he was at bat. Brought the only run here for the Aces off of a single home run. Grad will now have a chance to strike back, give him a taste of his own medicine.
First pitch misses inside for a ball. Pratt has fallen behind early on each of the 3 hitters he's faced here in this fourth as that drops out for ball 2. Chance Justice sits on deck. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th at 2-0. Missed outside. We'll see what Gradwall approaches this 3-0 with, and he leaves it. A 4-pitch walk, and the winning run is aboard at first for Chance Justice. Justice holds the only hit of this first game for the Nighthawks. A second inning single that, if you remember, he just snuck down that left field line. Took a rather advantageous bounce over the bag. Now he's got a chance to try and win game 1. Pratt's first pitch. In at 52 for a strike. Now the 0-1. He left it. Tough pitch to take right there, but it drops out at the last second. We're even 1-1. Pratt steps and deals. Pop up into foul territory. It'll drop in. Greenwich couldn't get there. And Justice will need to defend behind 1 and 2. Only 1 out. Philip Grossenbacher sits on deck. Pratt's 1-2. Pushed right side, tough play. Pratt goes over, he's not going to be there in time. Blayhouse comes home, he'll score from first. Chance Justice ties this game in the 4th. And the winning run moves to 3rd.
And a bit of confusion there coming out from the fielders. Goes past Pratt, and he tries to go over to cover first, but Carroll is also there. Greenwich makes a run over and tries to get the ball to them, but it's not quite clear. The Nighthawks, on the other hand, able to take advantage of that. Advance 2 runners from first and second to home and third. Secure a run. Grossenbacher now looks to win this game. Single run wouldn't take it home.
1-0 from Pratt. Missed upstairs, ball 2. Philip Thomas sits on deck. We'll see how Grossenbacher approaches this ahead 2-0. Turns on one left side foul. Gradwall did a nice job of leaning out of the way of that one. All square here in this first game. Nighthawks looking to take game 1. The 2-1. Missed outside. It's a hitter's count now to Grossenbacher. The 3-1 offering. Swung on and missed at 56. Count is full. Jace Pratt trying to pitch his way out of this in the first inning of extras here in game 1. The payoff. Flare down the right field line, but foul. Grossenbacher defensive stays alive. Again the 3-2. Swung on and missed. A huge strikeout for Jace Pratt, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Lineup turns over to Philip Thomas. Can he be the one to do it? Or can Jace Pratt send us to the 5th?
Thomas so far has made some connections on the ball, but a lot of them got hung up in the air. Came right down into Dylan Carroll's hands. Was able to get slightly different positioning on his hit. Might be able to send it out of here, bring home 3 runs, and bring home game 1 for the Nighthawks. Aaron Schofield would give a little bit of a chat to Jace Pratt, maybe re-encourage him as he's kind of struggled here in the bottom of the 4th. Just 1 out away from sending us to the 5th inning in this game, though. Pitch 1 will hit the back of Philip Thomas. Don't believe it actually made connection with the bat, so it'll be ball 1.
1-0 misses low and outside, ball 2. 2 down. Gradwall sits on 3rd. The 2-0. Ground ball left side, foul. Just tried to pull it. The risk you run with pulling it, though, is Greenwich has a good arm. He can come up firing and try and nab Gradwall as he comes home. Pratt still behind 2-1. Kicks and fires. And misses outside. A hitter's count on the way. 3-1 now. Swung on at 54, and we're full. Thomas aggressive on the 3-1. Now the payoff pitch. Pratt's trying to send it to the 5th. Ground ball right side. Carroll is there. Dylan Carroll makes the play, and Chase Pratt works around trouble. We're on to the 5th. All square at 1.
Your job now. Go.
I need to flip it to the base. Someone should just I should just know.
So after keeping this game tied with his nice play at first to end the 4th, Dylan Carroll will lead us off here in the 5th. It's back to work for Drew Gradwall. First pitch ripped right side, right to Grossenbacher, and he can't make the throw. So Dylan Carroll comes up big, gets himself aboard the leadoff single, and for the second inning in a row, the leadoff man able to get aboard. And with him missing the net, Grossenbacher on that throw, it'll move Carroll to second. So nobody out and a runner on second for Aaron Schofield, who pops this one foul to get us going. Schofield 1 for 4 with a single in this one, as he swings through 59 and falls behind 0-2. Gradwall's been great today at working his way around a fair share of traffic. 0-2. Ground ball back up the middle. Blehaus is able to get there. Pump fake, and he missed the throw. He deked over to first. It was a fantastic move. Schofield's going to take off for second and be in there safely. It was a wise move from Jack Blehaus to deke over to first and induce Carroll to come off the bag. But he missed the throw. He went for the out via throw rather than just trying to apply the tag.
Yeah, and Carroll, as he starts to run for the base, goes low, crouches down, and Blehaus just throws it over his head, not able to make the connection. Has to go chase the ball, allows the runners to get to second and third. Granich is going to be able to foul off. First pitch here. Runners in scoring position here, though, for the Aces.
And it was a smart play from Schofield, too, to be aware of where the ball was and take the opportunity to move to second as Granich watches a strike here. Tied at 1 here in the top of the 5th in game 1. As Granich chases 59 and goes down swinging for the first out. Makes way for Moses Valdez, the DH here in this first game.
And a little bit of confidence restored to Gradwall after kind of the unfortunate first couple plays that happened, allowing the runners to get to second and third here. Able to strike back with a quick strikeout.
Has to be able to hold runners on as Valdez swings through strike 1. Gradwall 5 pitches shy of the century mark in this one. This is 0-1, will miss behind Valdez. Back-to-back singles with advantageous base running. Put us where we are now. Ground ball, throw to the plate, not gonna be in time. So a run will come home and score. 2 runs will score. There was no force out at third. So a pair of runs come home and score. Valdez goes to second, and it's 3-1 Aces.
Another slight inaccuracy there from Jack Blehaus. Goes for the home play, but just misses the backboard. It was able to cross home plate, I believe, before the runner, but doesn't make connection with the backboard.
Pratt takes a strike here, and that's been the issue here in this 5th inning for the Nighthawks. It's been the defensive miscues, the little things that can get you. It was the wide throw from Grossenbacher into the net that sent Carroll to second, and then the missed throw from Playhouse that allowed him over to third and brought Schofield to second. And those will always get you. 2-2. Held off.
Yeah, I think those small defensive inaccuracies has been what's really separated teams that were playing well and the teams that struggle often, especially if they aren't able to find success on the offensive mound, whether it be due to their own maybe struggles batting or just great pitching from the other team. Seems to be the difference maker here so far in this game.
Pratt waves through 58 and goes down swinging for the second out. 2 down for Carroll, who led us off with the single and advanced to second. It'll be Playhouse, Gradwall, Justice due up in the bottom of the 5th for the Nighthawks. And you got to think they're going to be kicking themselves now. They strand a runner at third with a couple opportunities to bring him home. Could have walked it off, and now they're going to need to score a few more. As Carroll takes a strike here on the high inside corner. Nothing in one, ripped right side off the base of the wall. Grossenbacher tried to make the play. It'll be off the house, so they'll have to hold Valdez at third. Everybody has to hold up, but a nice 2-out single off the base of the wall from Dylan Carroll. Brings the top of the order and Aaron Schofield back up. He's 2 for 5 in this one. First pitch to him. Cut on and missed at 57. Steps out, readjusts that right knee brace, and re-engages. The 0-1. Drops in at 58 for strike 2. Gradwall deals. And it's fouled off. Rolled back fair, but not before it hit the tree. So we try again in an 0-2 count. And it's fouled again. Schofield stays alive. Nothing in 2, 2 down. Schofield ripped right side. That's going to roll all the way to the 105 sign. Throw to third. Tag applied in time. So a run will score, but the inning is over.
Make sure the ball hit. The ball for sure hit. Make sure. No, the ball has to hit.
There's some dispute of whether the ball actually made connection there with Carroll, but I don't think there's any way from our perspective to really discern. So call's going to stand, which is going to be out.
I don't know what to do. Your body's going this way. I have to go like a.
So another run comes around to score. It'll be 4-1 Aces as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Nighthawks chasing 3 now.
The blood ball. Yeah, I marked it up. You know, that's why. So they're using a blood ball. Version blood. I made a deal with the devil. The blood oath. You go to hell, but you hit a home run and you're doing good pitching. Some things you just gotta trade.
So we go back to work in the bottom of the 5th. Nighthawks chasing 3 runs to try and prolong this ball game as Playhouse takes a strike. What a day on the hill for Jace Pratt. He has been dominant in this one as that'll miss low and in. Long way to go for the Nighthawks. And all starts with Jack Playhouse, who's 0 for 2 with a walk in this one. Leaves that one upstairs, ball 2. Gradwall on deck, Justice in the hole. Those are the 3 guys that are guaranteed to hit as that's popped up toward Greenwich, and he'll make the play for the first out.
Good run there from Greenwich just to get under the ball. Going to secure an early first out here for Playhouse, who has been a consistent player, but not quite been able to put it together today. This low run game, 5 runs in 5 innings. Kind of everyone has struggled, but especially the Nighthawks here, only with 1 and 4.
Uncharacteristic from a usually prolific Nighthawk offense. As Gradwell takes the ball to open this one up. He's 0 for 2 as well with a walk, and he's ahead 2-0 here. It's going to be critical here in this 5th for the Nighthawks to be almost hyper selective. That's ripped left side and past Greenwich. Gradwell comes charging into first. He'll take a 1-out single.
Yeah, when you're able to find that deep part of the field, it can just be so advantageous. Going to send the fielder scrambling, especially when there's no one else to cover. 2 fielders end up at first base, or at second base, sorry. No one at first, and Gradwell's just going to stay, but really safe run there.
Justice ground ball, Greenwich underhand flip. And Schofield holds it up. It looked like he was able to make the play. That is fantastic from Aaron Schofield, putting his body on the line for the 2nd out.
Yeah, Schofield, I think, just able to get control of the ball right as Gradwell goes for the jump into the base.
So it makes way for Philip Grossenbacher, who takes a strike here. The last hope for the Nighthawks here in game 1 as he leaves the ball. 4-1 Aces your score, looking for their 9th win of the season and looking to open up this series with a bang as Grossenbacher chases 50.
Pratt now down to 1 out to secure this first game for the Aces. I mean, 1 strike even, sorry. 2-2 now the count will be. She needs to make 1 connection with its owner, bait Grossenbacher into swinging.
2-2. Pulled left side, a lot of air under it. Greenwich made the play. Morgan Greenwich chased it down. It looked like a foregone foul ball, but he got on his horse and made the play for the 3rd out. Aces win a classic here in game 1. Oh my goodness.
What a way to end that series, or that game, sorry. Even though it was low scoring throughout it, I think this is one of the most exciting series I've seen. Such amazing plays on all sides, both offensive and defensive. And to close it out with that long run from Morgan Greenwich, who, we didn't even mention it, isn't normally a 3rd baseman. I believe normally plays that 2nd base position for the Aces. Though Aaron Schofield, I believe, has been dealing with a little bit of injury. Normally plays that 3rd base position. So now moved over to the 2nd, where I believe it requires a little bit less running, a little bit less strong throwing, but what a way to close out game 1. The Aces are able to take it 4-1 in 5 innings. We'll be back for game 2 after the short commercial break.
You've been summoned. You gotta walk across the field now?
Throw commercial now, just so we tell him. You got like 2 minutes. Yep. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I know sometimes it's all, yeah, stuff is it's just riding up in the video. If there's a camera angle, there might be something. Yeah, Rocky and Jim. That's no.
You got a minute.
Oh, God, yeah. Put the cord.
The same batting, but we're going to put they put this thing and then throw it on. Yep.
Always just play off. Yeah, I'll say him. Well, we got them more. From Seattle. You guys got the first one, not gonna lie. Now all we need is just 2 points versus off someone's head or whatever. I'm guessing, what's my prediction? Home run off of Aaron Schofield. He has a good beat on it. It was nice and then it just got easy. I predicted. All right, get it out. You have an interview. A lot of money riding on Polymarket. Yeah, got his 40 to roll.
Well, it's a real no-brainer that after spinning 5 frames on the hill, you get a post-game interview. Here's Robert with Jace Pratt.
All right, Jace, tell me, over 100 pitches, what's the mentality like for you on the mound with that amount of pitches?
You know, it helps when it's a little bit nicer out here. You know, it's not super sunny like it was last week, but it's kind of warm out here. It's about, 65, 70-ish, so feeling good, feeling loose, stretch before the game, feeling good.
Talk about the mentality there as a dugout with that kind of pressure and that long of a game with all those defensive plays and offensive spectacular.
You know, it's easy to get lost when you go walk a guy or give up a hit, something like that. But then seeing those diving plays out in the field, know my team's got my back, that they're there for me. I got to do my part, be there for them.
Yeah. What do you expect for game 2 and 3? Something similar? Do you guys have more strategy you're thinking through?
Hoping for the similar. We need these wins. Hit pretty well towards the later bit. Hopefully Drew's a little bit more tired.
All right, good luck out there. Bye to Booth.
So that was Jace Pratt, who will be back on the hill, at least for an inning or so here in Game 2. This is where things get funky with the 6-inning rule. So we'll have to see how both teams go about navigating their lineups. Philip Thomas will be on the hill for the Nighthawks here in Game 2. We'll see if they try and use him for both Game 2 and 3. Hitters stay the same. Blayhouse will bat second, play third. Drew Gradwell DHing here in Game 2. Chance Justice will play second and bat cleanup. And Philip Grossenbacher is back at first. And it's Schofield, Granich, Valdez, Pratt, Carroll, the same lineup you saw in Game 1 for the Aces, who are now looking for a series victory over the top team in the league. And what a momentum boost that would be for an Aces team that we talked about at the top of the show. They were able to come back and win that third game of their last series. And so far, they've parlayed that into a big-time Game 1 win.
Yeah, and if we think about that Game 1 wins, long-term implications on this series, using up so much of Drew Gradwell's eligibility, which we've talked about repeatedly, has been such a standout player here for the Nighthawks. I think it's really been the key to what's made them so dominant so far this season, using up a lot of his eligibility and still eking out the win. It's going to look very good here for the Aces going into Game 2. Game 3, pitch 1 coming out here of Game 2, going to be sent down the line.
So an interesting start to this one. It looked like it might have been a foul ball, but we're going to have to take a look. Another one down that left field line, and that's kind of no man's land. Our fans in Club 65 arguing it's fair. So a leadoff double for Philip Thomas gets things going here in the top of the first. One on a Blayhouse cut on and missed. Nighthawks with a chance to get on the board quickly here in Game 2. That'll miss up and in, ball 2. To the 2-hole hitter Blayhouse, manning the hot corner over at third again here in Game 2. As he typically is, as he takes the ball here, he's ahead 3-1. Nighthawks trying to force Game 3 rubber match should they take this second game. Aces trying to win the series outright. As Blayhouse cuts on 58 and the count is full. The payoff from Pratt. Left side over the head of Granich, backpedals and makes the play. Took him for an adventure, got caught up in the wind. That wind blowing right to left right now. And it took him all over the place for the first out.
And Granite seemingly all over the field, able to make that play.
He has having himself a series defensively, my goodness. I mean, he has been locked down over at third/left field, whatever you want to call that position. So it's one-on-one gone for Gradwall, the DH here in game 2. As he leaves the ball outside here. Philip Thomas sits on second after the leadoff double. Gradwall takes the ball. Gradwall, as we said, great at the plate, great on the hill. Despite being the losing pitcher in game 1, that'll miss outside. It's 3-0. Another 3-0. Cut on and missed. It's 3-1. Pratt gets one back, enticed Gradwall on a pitch that just dropped out on him. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pratt delivers. And he wears it off the back. My goodness. A 5-pitch walk, and there's runners on first and second for Chance Justice.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Jace's intention with that pitch, but it's been seeming with a couple of them going for that back of the bat hit, secure the foul strike.
So Justice will step in here. He had himself a good game, won a multi-hit day. As he pops this one up towards center, Schofield calls everyone off and makes the play for the second out.
And the weather just being seeming like killing everyone today. So many balls get caught up in the air about midway through the field. Fielder's able to get under it like Aaron Schofield just was. 2 outs now, down to Grossenbacher. Similar place that he found himself in at the bottom of the 5th just last game.
And to your point, we've only seen the 1 homer that just snuck out off the foul pole from Pratt. It's been as we said, an unsurprisingly small ball kind of day. 2 on, 2 gone. Top of the 1st. Grossenbacher fouls it back.
I almost wonder, if thinking about it, if the wind's blowing toward us, if the foul pole being in the way actually blocks some of the wind from impacting the ball.
Grossenbacher chases 57 and goes down swinging. Pratt strands a pair as we head to the bottom of the 1st. Scoreless here in game 2. Back to it here in the bottom of the 1st. Aaron Schofield to lead things off for the Aces as he taps the first pitch foul at 61. That'll be miss inside, ball 1 after the speed check. 1 ball, no strikes as Philip Thomas goes to work on the hill. Game 2 started, and we'll see if we see him again for game 3. Sports a 3.32 ERA and 12 2/3 this season. That'll miss outside, ball 2. A whip of 2.368 for the right-handers. That's tapped foul. Looking for a quick first out of Schofield here. Thomas is 2-2. Missed outside. Quickly, the count full to the leadoff man, Schofield. As Thomas's payoff is rocketed back towards center, and a web gem. Chance Justice comes in on it and makes a play on a line for the first out.
Yeah, I would say a bit of an odd positioning there from Chance Justice to start it off. Hitting quite far left in the field. Ball goes toward the center, is able to make the run over and just grab it. Secures the fly out.
We can add it to the list of defensive highlights we've seen in this series. Through, I guess we're 5.5 innings into this now. And it has been just highlight on highlight. So Greenwich will step in here. He's got himself a whole reel of highlights already in this series as he grounds this one toward Blayhouse. It skips off his hands, and Greenwich will round first, look at second, but press pause after only first base. One out single that just got away from Blayhouse. Took a big hop, and he had to try and field it away from the body. Couldn't necessarily block it. So Moses Valdez steps in, takes ball one here. Thought we might see him on the hill. And we'll see what happens. Because in theory, Pratt has another 2/3 of an inning of eligibility before he hits that cap. He threw 4 1/3 in game 1. So that'll miss inside. Or I guess he did throw 5 innings in game 1. As Valdez takes a 4-pitch walk. So he's thrown 6 innings now. And we'll have to see what the Aces do in the second. Right now, they've just got to get out of the first because there's 2 aboard with only 1 down for Pratt. His big swing that put the Aces on the board in game 1 in the 4th inning. First pitch he sees is inside for ball 1. That just catches that high inside corner. The slimmest of margins, it's 1-1. That'll miss upstairs, ball 2. Pratt facing Thomas. 2-on-1 gone, ripped right side and gone into the trees. Jace Pratt, for the second time in the series, leaves the yard. And it's 3-0 Aces here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and someone must be looking down fondly on Jace Pratt, seeming to be the only player who's able to find the batting success to be able to make it over that back wall. 2 now home runs on the day, more than any other player. Everyone else at 0. Also been quite prolific on the mound. Really a standout player today. Gonna bring the Aces 3 runs up already in the first. Almost reaching as many runs as we scored in the entirety of game 1.
And it really has been the Jace Pratt series. I mean, both offensively and defensively as Carroll taps that one foul. He has been just red hot for this Aces team. Carroll swings through strike 2. The big thing about this is 3 runs have been hard to come by in this series. So it puts the Nighthawks in a real big hole. They're going to have to do quite a lot to try and work their way back into this one with essentially 6 outs to play with. As Carroll goes down swinging, and that one dropped out on him. That's a textbook breaking ball that got Carroll.
And I think we've seen from Thomas's pitching, I thought with Aaron Schofield is now back in the box with his first at-bat, seemed quite similar to Grotto's. Went long, a lot of foul balls, but somewhat struggled against some of the other batters here, allowing 2 to get on base and then allowing a home run. Would bring it back a little bit against Carroll, though, secure the strikeout, but that ball's going to be hit super far in the back, basically right to Chance Justice, though, who's not able to secure it. Schofield going to look for second and back off just to first. I don't think anyone really expected Justice to not be able to come up with that, but drops it.
Wow.
Single.
And that was a routine foul, or a routine pop-up right there. That's certainly a high candidate for the not top 5 plays of the week. Goodness me.
Yeah, and somewhat uncharacteristic of Justice so far in the series. He's been maybe the clutch player on the side of the Nighthawks.
So it's 2 down for Greenwich as the inning continues, and he'll leave that one inside for a ball. Thomas looking for a way out of the frame. was cut on, but 61, and there'll be no pitch to Greenwich. Ryman accidentally. Schofield sits on first. Greenwich at the plate. Valdez on deck. 1-0, spiked in the dirt. Already 3 runs across, courtesy of Jace Pratt. As Greenwich pops this one up right side, and Grossenbacher is able to haul it in for the 3rd out. But the Aces plate 3. A lot of work to do for the Nighthawks as we head to the 2nd. So back to the top of the lineup here in the top of the 2nd. It'll be Thomas, Blayhouse, and Gradwall due up for the Nighthawks, who are chasing 3 runs. Thomas opened things up with a leadoff double to open the ball game. The only base runner, or the only hit allowed by Pratt in this this 2nd game. And the Aces suddenly holding on to a 3-0 lead, courtesy of the man on the hill, and he has just been fantastic throughout this entire series as we've got a broken ball. And he's going to push it back out, and we'll get ready to get things going. Top of the 2nd inning here in Game 2. Aces 6 outs from a series victory. As Thomas swings at the first pitch and sneaks it out. That got out in a hurry. Philip Thomas leaves the yard with emphasis to get the Nighthawks on the board. It's 3-1.
Yeah, and the trajectory of that ball, super weird. It starts going directly straight down the field and takes a quick turn to the right, sends it just over the top of that right wall. But look at the replay here. Thomas, though, really coming up offensively here in this second game.
I mean, that was just demolished off the bat.
I guess if you're looking for score a home run today, keep it low. Just skim it over the fence, as Thomas is able to do there. Playhouse gonna swing, but it's 61, so no pitch here.
So Playhouse will leave it outside and takes the ball to open things up. Suddenly, a bit of a closer contest here at 3-1. 1-0 misses outside again, and Playhouse is quickly ahead 2-0. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Here's the 2-hole hitter, Playhouse, who leaves that one. Now the 3-0 on the way from Pratt. I mean, that is about the least amount of zone you could possibly catch for a strike. It was essentially just a hearing ears strike. Now the 3-1. And he just tapped it, so 2 real fine margin strikes benefiting Jace Pratt. And the count is full 3-2. The rock and fire. And he missed. Just barely outside. One of the closest at-bats you'll ever see here in the AWA. And it goes the way of Playhouse, who gets aboard. Tying run now comes to the plate in the form of Drew Gradwall.
Yeah, that second strike there for Jack Playhouse was super odd. He didn't even fully commit with the bat. I believe he didn't even make contact. We probably would have ruled that as a ball, but ball does make contact with his bat even though it's halfway through. The count as a foul, bring him to the full count, but is able to secure the walk. Gets on first. Drew Gradwall now stepping in, not on the mound this game, but see if he's able to find success in the box.
Little jam sandwich right there, and Playhouse is going to get held up, and he's going to get doubled up. Looks like it could have had a chance to get by Greenwich, but it just jammed Gradwall.
And Playhouse there seemingly paralyzed in between first and second base. seemingly slightly confused about how many outs the Nighthawks had. Asks as he's walking off. It's going to be 2 outs from that double play. Chance Justice now in the box, and ball one's going to fly right by his face on the inside.
That one of the more peculiar double plays you'll see for a while, and yeah, we're getting weird here in game 2 as Justice runs ahead 2-0. Just a couple really odd plays. That's going to be a fair ball down the left field line. Justice sneaks it in. A 2-out double all the way out behind Club 65. Really sent Greenwich on an adventure back there. So Philip Grossenbacher now comes to the plate, representing the tying run again in a 3-1 ball game. That has really just been odd here at game 2. That's the word we're going to go with.
Yeah, and Grossenbacher's been put in some tough positions throughout this series. A lot of times where they needed to come back, but already were down 2 outs. He's going to look at an outside ball 1 there. See if he's able to come up with anything this time. Going to think about it there for a second, but holds off for the ball 2.
That's a good take there from Grossenbacher. That, you know, high 40s, low 50s knuckler can be very enticing as that's outside. It's 3-0. He's able to hold off, and he's a pitch away from a 2-out free pass, which he'll take here. So Philip Thomas will step in. He's 2 for 2, a double and a homer to his name. And he's got a prime opportunity to tie this game, potentially even give his club the lead.
Yeah, Thomas has caused the most trouble here for Pratt so far in game 2 with that 2 for 2, like you said. See what he's able to come up here. I believe Jace muttered under his breath, let's keep this in the yard. So might just end up taking a walk, but it's going to throw a ball 1 that's on the outside. Surely an out here would be ideal, but it's going to go straight to Dylan Carroll, who's going to be able to grab it and just step on first before Philip Thomas gets even close. And that's going to close out the top of the second. Be back shortly with the bottom.
So we go back at it here in the bottom of the second. Valdez, Pratt, Carroll due up for the Aces as Moses Valdez takes the ball here. 3-1 your score here in game 2. 3-run homer in the first off the bat of Jace Pratt. The big one for the Aces before Philip Thomas got one back, but the Nighthawks couldn't scratch any more across. Brings us 3-1 where we are now, and Valdez awaits the 3-0. And at 54, just catching that inner half of the zone for strike 1. Thomas kicks and deals and misses high. It's a 5-pitch walk to start us off. Nighthawks trying to keep this at a 2-run ball game for the top of the third. It'll be Playhouse ground while Justice due up, but we've got a ways to go before we get there. Jace Pratt 1 for 1 with a homer last time up. His 4th homer of the 2026 season, 13th of the career for Pratt. Takes one practice swing. Thomas steps into the first offering, smoked right center field. There's number 14 and number 2 of the game. Jace Pratt, have a series.
And if we had another interview with him, I'd want to ask what he ate for breakfast today, because something in Jace Pratt today is just on. I mean, this is his 3rd home run. Philip Thomas, the only other one who's been able to find one today. It's going to secure all of the runs so far in this game for the Aces. Going to bring home 2 and bring the lead to 4 runs, 5-1.
Unbelievable. Yeah, get that guy on a Wheaties box ASAP as Dylan Carroll takes a ball. I mean, both on the hill and at the plate. This continues to be the Jace Pratt series. This is appointment viewing. So Carroll ahead 2-0. Still nobody out here in this bottom of the second as Carroll hits one off the end of the bat. And Blehouse is there for the first out. Just pushed it the other way. Had he barreled that up, that could have been back-to-back homers, but it just settles into the waiting hands of Blehouse. So the lineup flips for Aaron Schofield. 1 for 2 with a line out and a single in this one. As the looping Ephus catches that high inside corner at 44 for strike 1. It's like the opposite of a speed check, like a speed encouragement almost.
Yeah.
That'll miss up and out at 54. It's like how technically you can get pulled over for going too slow. I think that's more rare. It's more of a, hey, you're being a danger to people on the road. That's the kind of pitch we just got there. Now the 2-1 on the way to Schofield. Missed downstairs at 59. He's ahead 3-1. Hitter's count on the way. And it missed. 1 out walk. Puts the top of the order aboard for Morgan Granich, who's 1 for 2 himself with a single in this one. 5-1 your score here in Game 2. Aces trying to charge to a series win against the top team in the league. And what a shakeup this would be for the standings, as they're really right into the thick of things. If you're the Aces, you come out of this with 11 or 12 wins as Granich swings through that one, and you're right back in the hunt. And ahead 5-1 at the plate, still an opportunity to add more. As Granich takes a strike here at 57.
Yeah, I know it never applies in sports, but if you're a fan of the transitive property, it starts to make power ranking these teams a lot more confusing after the Nighthawks sweep the Mojo. We're currently in 2nd place, but even going as far to say as a sweep today for the Aces.
Granich working a 1-1. And he holds off. Neil, you want to go ahead and break down the transitive property for us?
The transitive property is basically comparing two things using another, such like if A is bigger than B and B is bigger than C, then we also know that A is bigger than C. In this situation, we can say that like A would be the Aces, B would be the Nighthawks, and C would be the Mojo. Since the Nighthawks beat the Mojo and then the Aces beat the Nighthawks, we can assume that the Aces would beat the Mojo, but it never really applies in sports. Things are crazy, especially week to week. Things can change depending on the weather, and life games from Jace Pratt.
Yeah, that is true. So after the 1-out single off the bat of Greenwich, it's 2 aboard for Valdez here in the bottom of this second in Game 2. Yeah, I believe that the term for that more colloquially, whoa, that'll miss inside. Colloquially, there we go. There's your vocab word of the day, colloquially. Better known around sports, it's called the circle of parity. Team A beats Team B beats Team C. That'll miss low and outside, and then Team C turns around and beats Team A.
I haven't looked at our schedule, but we have a Mojo Aces game coming up. That'll certainly be one to watch.
3-1 foul back. Valdez stays alive. Count moves full 3-2. Thomas fires a payoff and misses in the dirt, loads him up. And uh-oh. This is not what you want to see if you're Philip Thomas with the bases loaded.
Yeah, I was going to mention this 2 runners back after Schofield got onto first. It's like you want to secure these next 2 outs because
this is the guy you really don't want to see.
Yeah, if you load the bases up, you got Jace Pratt staring you down. Been a demon in the game today. 2 home runs. Able to secure all the runs so far in this game for the Aces. Now looking at bases loaded, only 1 out down.
Wanted it there. Really wanted that 3rd homer, but he taps it foul just underneath it. Bases loaded, 1 away here in the bottom of the second. As Pratt leaves it high for ball 1. Can he make Thomas pay for missing on a couple? The 1-1. Thought about it, but slams on the brakes again. It's 2-1. Wise take right there. It's a 2-1 misses up high. 3-1, nowhere to put him. Bases loaded, 5-1 aces here in the bottom of the second. The 3-1. Inside, ball 4, and he'll take a walk. That'll score another. It's 6-1. Really wanted to swing. You could tell he wanted to notch that third homer of the day. He wisely takes a walk.
I mean, when you got hot hands in a series like this, you want to use them, take any chance you can get, especially when it's going to benefit your team here. Taking a series win over the Nighthawks would surely help the Aces here, especially in strengths of schedule tiebreakers if we have those down the line.
So the bases stay loaded for Dylan Carroll, who swings at the first pitch at 59, and that one kind of ran off his side, his rib cage. Said he took a golf ball off the arm earlier today. So that'll miss inside, ball 1. 6-1 aces now your score. They've really put it together again here in game 2. It'll be Playhouse, Gradwall, and Justice due up in the top of the third. The Aces still 3 runs away from hitting that run cap for the inning. The 3-1 to Carroll. And he walked him. Another free pass. Brings home Granich and brings Schofield to the plate. It's 7-1.
Yeah, and with another run walking in, nothing against Thomas, but just highlights how successful both Pratt and Gradwell were on the mound last game. Able to hold the runs down so low, but Thomas struggling a little bit more this game so far. 7-1 the score. Aaron Schofield back at the top of the lineup. Gonna send it out far, but foul.
And it just speaks to the importance of, you know, potentially consistent second arm. Because in all actuality, that first game is something of a disaster scenario for the Nighthawks, where you have a game go into extras. You've got to burn all of the eligibility of your superstar, Cy Young, nearly shoe-in at this point, in Drew Gradwall. As that is slapped left side off the tall wall. Everybody's going to move station to station. And a 1-out single brings home another run. Everybody moves up one bag. Bases stay loaded for Granich, and it's 8-1 aces. But what we were saying is it's really something of a disaster scenario where Gradwall is essentially unable to pitch for the rest of the series. It's not something you're going to see very often as Granich takes a strike at 57.
And we've talked about teams throughout this year, mixing up the order that they use their pitchers, try to secure game wins, but losing out with your ace, the team aces, but Drew Gradwall in game 1 is really going to hurt the Nighthawks here in this series.
And I do have some good news that I did just receive. The ruling is that extras do not count as Granich takes ball 2, so Gradwall's eligibility not burned. He'll be able to pitch game 3 more than likely, as the Nighthawks are going to try to salvage the series unless they can come back here. Granich, a little grounder back up the middle. It just ate Justice up. That's going to score another, and that's going to hit the run cap. An RBI single moves everybody up a bag and ends the frame. So we head to the third. Nighthawks chasing 8 to try and tie this ball game.
Oh, I'll be the judge of that.
So we go back to it here in the top of this third inning. 9-1 Aces your scores. Playhouse swings through 59 to open this up. Bit of a ways to go if you're the Nighthawks here in game 2. You got to score 8 to keep this one going, 9 to take the lead. Of course, no run cap here in the third inning. Playhouse left that outside. He's walked thrice here in game 2, so that misses in the same spot. It's 2-1. 2-1 pitch on the way, misses inside. And it's a hitter's count to the leadoff man Playhouse here in the third. Takes a couple half swings. Now the 3-1. Smoked left center field and gone. Schofield tried to climb the wall, but Jack Playhouse leaves the yard and gets a run back. It's 9-2.
And if you're the Nighthawks, that's what you want to see out of your first runner. Get some wind in those sails. Readily to surmount 8 runs. Going to bring it down to 7 for the tie. Still need 8 to come away with the series. Actually, not even. It's still top of the third. The Aces have a chance to strike back in the bottom. But Jack Playhouse able to find a single home run here.
And anything helps in a situation like this. You just got to start scoring runs. 5th homer of the season for Playhouse. As it makes way for Drew Gradwall, who leaves the ball just outside here. So that's a ground ball. That's going to get by Granich. Gradwall takes a turn, thinks about second. He's going to take off on the miscommunication between Pratt and Carroll. Drew Gradwall heads up base running. Slots in with a no-out double. And the first 2 base runners have reached here in the top of the third. Still a 7-run cushion, though, for Pratt, who has just been fantastic all day. As Justice takes the ball here to open this up. Strike in at 59. Pratt will get one back, and the advantage he holds is he is pitching with that 7-run cushion, so he can afford to attack hitters a little more as Justice swings through strike 2. So we'll see if he does just that. Pratt's 1-2. Missed up and in. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Aces 3 outs away from taking a series victory. That'll miss inside, and the count goes full. Pratt's payoff. Miss downstairs, ball 4. And Chance Justice gets himself aboard.
And really seeming like mental of steel here out from the Nighthawks. Down 8 runs coming into this third inning, but really seem to kind of return to the form that we typically expect out of them. Single home run out of Jack Playhouse. Aggressive base running from Drew Gradwall, and then a walk coming out from Chance Justice. 3 good on-plate plays from the attacking side. Philip Grossenbacher be the 4th batter up to the plate. No outs. It's going to barely tag there for strike 1 at 56.
And it's going to be critical for the Nighthawks here to just take this hitter by hitter and pitch by pitch. You can't hit a 7-run homer, but a couple well-placed base hits can really help you eat into this lead a little bit. Pratt's 1-1. Misses up and out, ball 2. Grossenbacher, Thomas on deck. Playhouse in the hole as Grossenbacher taps that one foul for strike 2. Pratt looking for the first out here in the top of this third. Delivers a 2-2. And drops it in at 55. Froze Grossenbacher for the first out.
Yeah, Pratt able to get an out there, but looking at his performance so far here in top of the third, has struggled a little bit more than he has throughout the series, even though he's played incredibly. It is good to keep in mind this is his last inning of eligibility, and actually his 8th inning pitched in this game, when normally Aces are only pitching 6 at max. Going to go low for ball 1 at 60 for Philip Thomas. Ball's going to come at him there for 2 at 50.
Thomas 2 for 3 with a double, a homer, and a ground out in this second game. Ahead 2-0 here. And he slaps one right side. Foul.
Get the brand. I saw the trees.
So that's how Pratt gets one back. A loud, long strike. And moves the count to 2-1. Pratt delivers and misses just outside on the high corner. It's 3-1. Thomas trying to keep the base runners moving. Pratt delivers and misses high. That'll load him up.
Go, Davey.
That's all you got to do if you're the Northern Nighthawks is just keep getting guys aboard. You got to go base runner by base runner. One down here in the top of this third inning. 9-2 Aces your score after a 5-inning classic in game 1.
Now Playhouse started this inning off with a single home run. He's able to replicate that here. It'll be a grand slam. What they want.
Chops it. Carroll couldn't make the play, and everybody's going to be safe. Everybody converged on that. Pratt, Carroll, and Schofield all came charging toward it. Nobody could really get there. Everybody moves up a bag. Bases stay loaded. It's 9-3.
Yeah, Carroll there just not able to come up with it and get it to a base. Allows everyone to advance off the single. Run gonna come in.
All sorts of break on that one to ground wall.
Who scored?
That'll just miss outside.
Goat. Liverpool goat. That's my goat.
Pratt's 1-1 here. Ripped foul over toward the fire pit area. It's 1-2. Gradwall trying to stay alive here. Only one out in the top of this third. Pratt kicks and fires. And he'll miss inside. Justice on deck. Grossenbacher in the hole. The 2-2 now. Wears it again, and the count is full 3-2. Nowhere to put Gradwall. Pratt's payoff. Cut on and missed at 59. A swinging strikeout, and there's 2 away. And a huge strikeout at that for Jace Pratt.
God damn it.
Drew Gradwall is disappointed.
Yeah, but now we have Justice coming in. Has had some success here offensively, but in game 2 has had some mishaps, if you were to put it defensively. If he's able to come in with the grand slam or even multi-base hit here, can massively make up for some of those mistakes on the defensive side. But first of all, is going to play it safe. Jace Pratt just going on the outside of the zone.
Trying to get him to chase. Now the 1-0 just missing outside. Pratt nearing 70 pitches here in game 2 after throwing 5 innings in game 1. He has just been a workhorse as Justice taps that one foul. It's 2-1. 2 outs, top of the third. Aces lead at 9-3 as that'll miss outside. And it's 3-1. Grossenbacher sits on deck. Should Justice get aboard. 3-1 from Pratt. Pushed foul down the right side. And that'll move the count full 3-2. The payoff again. Called strike 3. Pratt freezes him and gets out of a jam. Hands the Aces a series victory. Dominant from Jace Pratt on the hill. One more game to play, and the Aces are going to look for a sweep.
I like pitching. Huh? I think that's they're doing an interview for
Molly's got Aaron Schofield after that one.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice playing out there. That was a good game.
What's up, ballers? That is a wrap on Game 2 tonight. Aces take the series. I'm joined with Aaron Schofield, Aces superstar. Aaron, how have the Aces been so successful tonight against Nighthawks, who are coming into tonight's series leading the league?
Well, they're a really good team, and, you know, Drew's a good pitcher. They actually went with Philip Thomas in Game 2, so we're going to see Drew again in Game 3. But we just knew we had to attack early because Drew, I mean, he leads the league in strikeouts. Hitting-wise, we just, like, had an approach of, you know, try to put the ball in play off him and, you know, see how things happen.
Now, I don't know if you heard my commentary with Tommy Tickets before the game, but he mentioned that Drew Gradwell is leading the Nighthawks. Like, he is their team. So if we're facing him again on the mound for Game 3, what's the secret?
Again, we got to try to get on base. He's just a nasty pitcher. You don't want to get, you know, behind in the count at all. You want to keep him off that 2 strikes. He's got a nasty put-away pitch. And, yeah, we're just going to stay aggressive and try to take Game 3 for the sweep.
All right, Aaron, best of luck in Game 3. I'll send it back up to Trevor in the booth to get us started.
Game 3 getting ready to get underway here. As it's Drew Gradwell back on the hill. First pitch back to him. Got to come up firing, and Schofield did not step on the safety bag. Gradwell could have thrown it.
It's gonna be a quick play. He's gonna be able to make it to first, though. I think it's gonna be the call.
So we're gonna have to, because there's never a throw over to first. Had there been, he would have been out.
Yeah, and I think Gradwell struggles a little bit there from having 3 other balls in his hand. The ball comes basically right to his hand, just not able to make the catch. Off of that, Schofield able to make it to first. First ball of Game 3.
So Greenwich ahead 2-0. Gradwell back on the hill, had Game 2 off. That's a big cut at 58 for strike 1.
just commit something with let's invade Poland, right?
2-1 catches the high outside corner, and we're square 2-2. Granwell looking for the first out here. The rock and deal. Chopped, and Granwell will make the tag for the first out.
This guy needs to take his no one with a going first to third like that.
So Schofield gets on his horse, moves first to third, heads up base running. There's one away.
Yeah, kind of a slow roll there out of the bunt zone.
So 1 on, 1 gone here in the top of the first for Moses Valdez. Runner sits on third, a chance to start the scoring early here in game 3 as Valdez swings through a strike here. He'll be on the hill here for this third game. As he slaps that one out to center field, and a nice play by Thomas. He was ready to throw home, but Schofield wisely holds up at third. Some interesting language from Chance Justice.
Yeah, I believe that call comes off the back of Aaron making the run from first to third, and then Justice questioning the legitimacy of his knee injury based on his speed.
So Jace Pratt will step in now. We'll see if he can continue his red-hot series. Takes a strike here. It's a $500 fine for Chance Justice for using foul language. Just kidding, I don't control any of that. 1-1 tapped foul by Pratt. Gradwall quickly a strike away from getting out of the inning. Can he strand a runner? Here comes the 1-2. Missed inside, and we're square 2-2. Now the 2-2 pushed right side, hooking foul onto the roof. Justice was pursuing it that way, but when there's a brick wall in your way, it's probably wise to pull up a little bit. You don't really want to run into those.
I say don't let it stop you. You gotta get the catch.
2-2 again, misses up and out, and the count is full 3-2. Darkness starting to encroach a little bit here at AWA Field as that'll miss low and in. Long battle goes to Pratt. It's runners on the corners with 2 away. And I would assume it probably doesn't help them. We've had 2 relatively long ball games. Each of them nearly an hour in length. Yeah, 13 minutes from the top of the hour. We did just get word that game 1 was an hour and 10 minutes long. Goodness me. So 2 on, 2 gone for Dylan Carroll, who takes a ball up high here to start things off. Strike in at 57. We'll see if Carroll can give the Aces an early lead here in game 3. With a runner sitting on third. I'm so used to saying 90 feet away. 1-2 misses inside. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Cut on and missed, and Gradwall gets out of it. A big-time strikeout to send us to the bottom of the first. Scoreless here in game 3.
I don't think the whole disappeared. I think it's on the roof. We'll get up a home run. What bad have you been hitting your home run for? I kind of like it when it's a little bit. It feels pretty natural to me. I like the white tiny one. Give me that. Give me that. Where's the yellow one? The really tiny skinny one? We'll play it then. That's so hard. Literally. Are we still talking about that? Yeah.
Old Yeller.
Now batting for the Northern Nighthawks, first baseman, number 11, Phil Thomas.
Back to it here in the bottom of the first. Philip Thomas to lead things off for the Nighthawks. We'll see if they can be the first ones to score here in game 3. Thomas takes the ball upstairs. And that's how Moses Valdez Day gets going. Valdez first appearance of the series. Sports a 2.84 ERA, 2.9 whip. But he's behind 3-0 here on Philip Thomas. He's allowed 55 free passes this year. Won't be 56 as Carroll scoops up a grounder off the end of the bat for the first down. So makes way for Jack Playhouse, whose average has dipped a bit in this series, down to 4.84, but can't say a 4.84 average is all too shabby for the two-hole hitter Playhouse. Clubbed his 5th homer of the season in game 2 as he swings at the first pitch and fouls it under the roof of the house. 62, so it'll be no pitch. Gradwell sits on deck justice in the hole for the Nighthawks, who are looking to just try and salvage a ball game here. Playhouse takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Dropped the first 2. A couple of real good games as Playhouse swings through 55. The 5-inning classic in game 1. And then a game that if you looked at the score, you'd say, well, didn't look all too competitive, but the Nighthawks were a couple advantageous bounces away from winning that second game as Playhouse swings through strike 3. And there's 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the first. So in what has been quite a competitive series, potentially even a World Series preview between these two clubs, who we really thought for a while it would have been last year's Fall Classic before the Enforcers went on the run that they did. As Gradwell takes the ball here. Nighthawks just want to Gradwell. 8 minutes away from the top of the 8 o'clock hours. That's popped up way high, but way foul. It's been one of the later games we've played in a while simply because of that incredibly long first game and then a fairly long second game as well as Gradwell swings through 56. It's 2-2. Got some emphatic soccer fans in the building too, that's for sure. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball back to Valdez, who makes the play on a couple hops, throws over to first. Carroll's there to corral it. 1, 2, 3, go the Nighthawks. Scoreless as we head to the second.
Holy cow.
So we go to it here in the second. Gradwell facing the top of the order. Aaron Schofield to lead us off. He's 1 for 1 with a single. He leaves that one inside for a ball. Takes a strike here at 56 on that high outside corner. Gradwell's ERA has jumped a little bit to 1.47. Not too bad, though. Certainly not bad at all. It's a 2-1, misses inside. Now the 3-1 hitters count. Chopped foul. Big swing right there from Schofield. Ton of power out of the righty, and it's just a very quick and compact swing. So the count full 3-2 to the leadoff man Schofield. Gradwell's payoff is waved at, took him to a knee. An emphatic swinging strike for the first out. If you've ever seen that clip of Jose Ramirez, I think it was Jose Ramirez and Matt Brash a couple of years ago where Brash just corkscrews Ramirez. That's what it looks like. So 1 out here in the top of the second as Morgan Granich steps in. Granich 0 for 1 in this one. Now he's 1 for 2 as that's going to sneak by Thomas, and he'll settle in with a 1-out single.
I mean, just torpedoed to the back of the field there. Lands next to Thomas, but quite difficult for him to get a hand on it. Granich is going to comfortably be able to make it over to first. We'll move on to Moses Valdez now stepping in. Take a hack at first pitch, 58.
So Valdez behind 0-1. 1 on, 1 gone, top of the second, still scoreless, as that's a big cut at 58. And he can't connect for strike 2. Gradwall looking to pick up a punch out here, and it's grounded over toward Playhouse, snuck through his legs, he got Bucknered. Granich will hold up at third, into second goes Valdez.
Go, Jace.
Just got through the legs of Jack Playhouse over there at third.
Yeah, with Jace Pratt's performance so far in this game, it's easy to forget that Moses Valdez, who's now kind of filling that role of that second pitcher, was actually both the regular season and World Series MVP back in 2024 when the Atlantic Aces took home the World Series here in the AWA. Pratt's going to take a swing for strike 1.
Gradwall deals an 0-1. It's fouled the other way. So Pratt falls behind 0-2. Runners on second and third. An opportunity for Jace Pratt to continue his big-time series. The 0-2. Pushed left side. Playhouse makes the play. Bobbled it. Couldn't pick it up. Had a chance at it, but Pratt will charge into first safely, and that's going to load the bases. So bases loaded with 1 away for Carroll, who takes a strike here. 1 down, top 2. Back up the middle, that's going to score a run. Valdez in safely to third. A 1-out single keeps the line moving and gives the Aces their first lead of the game.
And a really interesting choice there from Philip Thomas to try to make the throw to third, even though Jace Pratt was quite far away from getting to second, even though Thomas was standing quite near there. Tries to get the most leading runner that he could, but unable to come up with anything. Schofield off the first ball is going to hit it super foul. Jack Playhouse is almost able to get there, but I think gets lost in the bushes in the back.
Yeah, he tried to make a play on it. It was flying over there, but another one of those situations where it's probably a little wiser to pull up and not risk your health. 0-1 to Schofield, crushed right side and gone. Aaron Schofield leaves the yard, a grand slam.
And he's been looking for it all day. He's been swinging hard at so many pitches. We've had so many long at-bats where we're constantly waiting it out, looking for the most perfect game. Finally finds it, gets the grand slam, bringing the Aces up 5-0 in this game 3, pushing themselves toward a sweep against the first place Nighthawks. It's be a grand slam there for Aaron Schofield. Morgan Granich now going to look at a wide open field. Still just 1 down here in the top of the second.
So it makes way for Morgan Granich, who's 1 for 2. He leaves the ball inside. Schofield even knew that off the bat. He flipped it. He celebrated. He spun into that one. I mean, that was a laser out to the trees. That one popped up into foul territory. Gradwall gets one back. It's 2-1.
I'm hungry as hell right now.
Talking DoorDash here at AWA Field.
I mean, when the game goes so long,
2-1 misses outside.
Probably do get a little hungry.
That's been my side gig this summer. I've been driving DoorDash. 3-1, and he leaves it downstairs for a 1-out walk.
Hey, you need more
Yeah, not a bad side gig, I can't lie.
Yeah, 6 months.
Good money.
6 months.
It's finally the sun trying to peek through here a little bit.
Yeah, we debated turning the house lights on here at the field, but looks like as the sun's going down, actually it'll clear out some of the clouds and get some actual sunspots here in the field on the back of the trees.
Valdez takes strike one. Valdez pops this one up. Gradwall camps out under it and makes the play for the second out.
No. It's getting late, man. I'm hungry.
So 2 down for Jace Pratt. 5-0 Aces your score here in the top of the second.
No bad questions except for that one.
First offering he sees, misses inside for a ball. Miss up and out. So Pratt jumps ahead 2-0. Ground this one left side. Playhouse makes the play on a couple hops. Pratt throws the bat at him. And Playhouse goes all the way from third to first to make the third out. Aces get 5, though. Work to do for the Nighthawks as we head to the bottom of the second.
Nighthawks. I didn't stop. We got it, guys. I do like grocery stories, but we're staying the entire
We go to the bottom of the second. Moses Valdez back to work, facing Chance Justice to open us up. Justice, Grossenbacher, Thomas due up for the Nighthawks as this one's grounded left side. Greenwich charges high, flip over to first in time to get him. Nice extension there from Dylan Carroll.
Yeah, Carroll really been able to come up with some key grabs here on first base. Really showing his agility, as I mentioned earlier. To secure that grab. Get the Aces to an early 1 down here with Grossenbacher now in. Look at, actually it's gonna be a no pitch at 61. And the other chance here to start fresh. 0-0 the count. I was gonna send that one straight to Greenwich. She's able to get it off a single bobble.
Morgan freaking Greenwich adding to the web gem list. He made that throw from a knee. And another fantastic pick by Dylan Carroll. Those two have been lights out on the corners.
Yeah, as much good pitching we've seen here from the Aces. I mean, their fielding has been basically almost as good, especially from Greenwich and Carroll there on the corners.
Thomas grounds this one over to Greenwich. He's been busy, throws to first in time. 1, 2, 3. 3-5-3 putouts in the bottom of the second. We head to the third. It's 5-0.
Aaron, you got the defense dialed in, man. Dude, they're killing. No, that's on me. That's rough. That's rough. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you good. Pause. Hey, pause. Time. Good, I'm Tom.
Top of the third on tap for you, Dylan Carroll to lead us off.
Absolutely.
And it takes a ball outside.
He's changing it up, though. Yeah. You got that. It's a pattern.
Carroll 1 for 2 with a strikeout.
You just have to glaze him.
2-0 pop-up. Gradwall comes over, steps off the mound, and makes the play for the first out. That was a tough one. Kind of took him on an adventure. It's always tough coming off the mound. But he's able to make the play for the quick first out.
Yeah, I mean, we often mention the unevenness of the field, especially there on that left side, but the mound is something you probably should account for, but when you're looking up, it's kind of hard to.
Back to the top of the order with Aaron Schofield, who takes the ball here to open things up. 2 for 3 with a single and a homer is Schofield. He watches that one downstairs, ball 2. One down, top third, as that's grounded left side. Blehouse on a couple hops, throws to first in time. Nice play. Chance Justice had to change levels, but he gets there for the second out. So 2 down for Morgan Greenwich. Greenwich 1 for 2 with a ground out, a walk, and a single in this one. Nighthawks will send Blehouse, Gradwall, and Justice to the plate in the bottom of the third with work to do. Greenwich takes a strike at 59. Has the one knock here in this third and final game of the series. But he's behind 0-2. Gradwall trying to send this one to the bottom of the frame. Rocks and deals. Pop up left side, hit well into the corner and off the foul pole. Morgan Greenwich builds on the lead, leaves the yard, and it's 6-0.
Yeah, and what a game it has been, or I guess the series it's been today. It's 2 home runs off of the opposite foul poles, one off the left just now from Greenwich and one off the right earlier, I believe by Jace Pratt. And to bring the lead to 6, first run here in the top of the third. 2 down here for Drew Gradwall. Going to try to close it out here against his opposing pitcher, and Moses Valdez going to throw ball 1 though.
And it's been a surprising series for Drew Gradwall. He came in just absolutely lights out, but has allowed 11 runs over 2 games as Valdez swings through 60 flat there. Valdez rips one left side, eats up Thomas. He's going to be in safely with a 2-out single.
No. My back. Oh my God.
Yeah, and the ball just slips through the hands of 2 different fielders there. Kind of line up for it and just goes right in between them. It's going to give Greenwich, Valdez, first base. Start to build up a couple runners here. Jace Pratt now going to step in. Still 2 outs. Top of the third, lead at 6.
And yet another opportunity for Jace Pratt to keep swinging it well as he takes a strike here to open things up.
No, you got to glaze him during the AB. I want to slow
The 0-1 on the way, and it misses inside. Valdez on first, Pratt at the plate. 2 down here in the top of the third. Ace is leading 6-0, 3 outs from a sweep as Pratt swings through that one for strike 2. 6 runs on 8 hits, 3 runners left aboard for the Atlantic Aces. Nighthawks still looking for their first run of the contest as that misses upstairs, ball 2.
Such a good pitch. Yes. I'm sorry. That's my man.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third. The rock and deal. Ground ball back up the middle, sneaks into the hand of Gradwall. I didn't see a tag over there at second, and Pratt's going to be in safely.
Jace, you're so tough.
Took Thomas to the ground. He tried to just kind of contort himself into tagging Valdez, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, Valdez just sneaks around behind him and get a foot on the base before Thomas is really able to get there. First and second now are the runners. Dylan Carroll step in, still 2 down.
Lefty-lefty matchup here as Carroll takes a strike.
God, he's so good.
Right on that high outside corner. It'll drop out on him at the last second. Gradwall spun north of 100 pitches in game 1, up to 67 here in game 3. Is that a miss outside?
Sorry, I'm 30.
Now the 2-1 on the way to Carroll. This is upstairs, ball 3. Hitters count on the way to Dylan Carroll. And he takes a walk here. Fine margins there as Carroll gets aboard, and it turns the lineup over for Aaron Schofield. 2 for 4 on the day, a single, a homer, and a pair of outs.
And I believe last time at bat, he was looking at something very similar to the situation he is in now. Following his at bat, though, Gradwell was able to get it to 2 outs, but then base has been loaded again. See what Schofield's able to come up with here. Ball's going to come straight at him.
Schofield already 1 grand slam in this 3rd game. Gradwell's 2-0. Huge cut, but he can't connect at 56. Now the 2-1 on the way. Misses low, 3-1. Nowhere to put Schofield. The 3-1. Missed outside, ball 4. He takes a 2-out walk. And it's 7-0 Aces.
Asai comes in from Drew Gradwell. Really tough spot to be in, just needing 1 out out of now 5 batters. I believe Morgan Greenwich going to be the 5th.
Greenwich 2 for 3 on the day. 7-0 Aces your score. And the discrepancy in pitches in this contest is unbelievable. Gradwell's turned 75, Valdez has thrown 18. That drops in for a strike.
That's after Gradwell pitched over 100, I believe, in game 1, going all 5 innings.
Goodness me. Same spot, same result. Greenwich falls behind 0-2. So we're officially past 8 o'clock, 8:11 p.m. now. We've been at this for a while. The 0-2. Missed outside. Greenwich gets one back. Gradwell rocks and deals a 1-2. Half swing held off. First base umpire Tommy Tickett says, no, he did not. Now the 2-2 to Greenwich. Blasted left side, a lot of air under it. Thomas at the wall, comes back for it, can't make the play.
Yeah, I believe hit the tree up at the top.
Hit the tree.
A home run.
I got too excited.
Yeah.
I was going to start talking about Marcelo Zuna when he did that, when he played for the Cardinals.
Yeah. 2nd grand slam of the game, though. Going to bring the lead up to 11. Morgan Greenwich. I mean, this is the Chase Pratt game, but if there were to be another person, it would be Morgan Greenwich.
It would be Morgan Greenwich, putting on a show.
Incredible.
Morgan Greenwich has been dominant defensively, now getting it done at the plate, and it's 11-0 Aces. Series to forget for Drew Gradwell, whose ERA has jumped up north of 2. And I say that as if that's like bad, but a 2.12 ERA is just fantastic still.
I mean, like you've been saying, he's probably a shoo-in for Cy Young, but if there would be an argument against it, it would be this game.
Yeah. Valdez sends this one back up the middle, broke the ball. Thomas throws to first in time. And that'll get the Aces, or get the Nighthawks out of the inning. But as we head to the bottom of the 3rd, 11-0 Aces your score after a 6-run 3rd.
Like the home run? Can't go any worse.
Shallow papa.
Oh, kick Moses out of there. Give us a chance. I'm not a fan.
You're only going to be leading the league by a full run, not a run and a half. That's Robert. Yeah, you're up, Jack.
Oh, geez. Go, Davey.
So Moses Valdez takes over again on the hill. It'll be Playhouse, Gradwell, and Justice due up here in the bottom of the 3rd. Nighthawks, you could say they've got a bit of a ways to go. Playhouse takes 61. That'll miss upstairs, ball 1 to Playhouse. A A lot of giggling going on here at AWA Field now.
Yeah, we're getting silly.
We're getting a little silly here. Things are going off the rails a little bit. Valdez's 2-0 misses outside. Playhouse looking to get aboard, lead things off here in the bottom of this third, the 3-0. And he walked him. That'll break up the perfect game. Didn't want to say anything.
We're down 11-0.
Playhouse trots down to first and says no one gets a perfect game on his watch. Real serious stuff. Real good ball going on. We're north of 2.5 hours into this series. 8:15 p.m. on the dot as Gradwall steps in 0 for 1.
Keep going, of course. Look good. Love it.
Gradwall takes a strike here. Sun finally starting to peek through here in the Pacific Northwest in what has been a real cloudy day. Most certainly. The 1-1 to Valdez, or the 1-1 to Gradwall misses inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Playhouse sits on first. Ground ball left side. Granich bobbles and throws to first. It's over the head of Carroll off the umbrella. It bounced back to him. So Playhouse will move to third, and after the walk broke up the perfecto, Gradwall's grounder breaks up the no-no. As Justice pops this one up, Valdez is there, and there's 2 away.
Got 1. Kicker 1, no.
Valdez goes to work on Grossenbacher. Ground ball up the middle. Valdez makes the play. Throw to first. It looks like it was in time to get him. Carroll bobbled it, but he was able to recover at the last second.
Hard 90. Carroll's automatic.
Take a look at the replay here. I have to wind back a little bit.
So 1 down now on the ground out. Gradwall moves to second. Grossenbacher behind 0-1.
It's 2 Phillips. It's a bit confusing.
My fault.
It's Philip Thomas in the box.
That's a fucking 1 game, man. Oh my God!
Now the 1-1 here. Chopped back toward Valdez. Has to chase it down. Throw it off. First he hit Schofield. He hit Aaron Schofield. Valdez was going for the highlight play, but he nails his own man. That's going to score a run.
We're getting silly.
We're getting silly.
That was surely an interesting fielding play there.
Put it on the board. Score. Score. Score.
The Nighthawks demanding they get their run. And it's 2nd and 3rd with 2 down for Jack Playhouse.
Got time to play with.
It was really important to him that they got that 1 point.
Very important. Playhouse waves at 56 and falls behind 0-1. Valdez trying to wrap this one up as that'll miss inside. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Aces looking for the sweep. Grounder to Valdez, and nobody can get there. Got caught up between Valdez and Granich, ate them both up. Playhouse will trot into first safely. That'll load the bases.
Yeah, ball just evades their fingertips, both Valdez and Granich. Allows Playhouse to get to first.
Yeah, we're getting weird. This is getting weird here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure all these players are tired.
Oh, most certainly.
Now 11 innings in, even for a typical baseball game, going quite long.
So bases loaded, 2 down for Drew Gradwall now.
Jack, you couldn't get shut out. You gotta stop the shutout.
Playhouse, as you heard, breaks up the shutout. 2 down for Gradwall as he takes a ball outside to open things up. 11-1 Aces here in game 3. That's downstairs, ball 2. Valdez still only at 37 total pitches as number 38 misses inside. Gradwell at the inverse, he's at 83. As he chases 58, a breaking ball out of the zone.
I hope, though, that Gradwell will stay at 83 and we do not go to extra innings at 11. That would be ideal.
As he pops this one up, foul.
Although that would make this game potentially one of the greatest AWA games of all time. That would.
The count is full 3-2 here. Gradwell trying to stay alive. The payoff. Pushed right side off the base of the wall. One run's gonna score. Runs out of play. Gradwell will trot into second safely. A 2 RBI double. And it's 11-3.
Slowly making the comeback are the Northern Nighthawks. Now just 8 runs the difference between the tie.
Looking like game 2 all over again. We've certainly seen crazier things happen. Nighthawks looking to keep this rally going.
I was going to say, it's going to be difficult, though. 2 outs already on the board, just one to work with. It's going to start off with a swing there, 58. Is doable, but Nighthawks have to play the edge of a knife here.
Yeah, no room for error. You gotta keep getting guys on. Justice pops it up and right on cue. Valdez is there to make the play. And the Aces cap off a dominant sweep in a real marathon series. 11-3 your final here in game 3. And the race is on at the top of the standings. There's 4 or 5 teams that are all right in contention. It is going to be a fun final few weeks. Stick with us for all of it. Thank you all for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you on Wednesday.